And dear students, due to some technical issue connect with some professor, the class will start at 11 o'clock. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Now you leave it, or 11 o'clock you can join.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Sorry for it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Student, the class will start at 11 o'clock, students. All of you join at 11 o'clock. Already announced. Hello.
So when will resume?
That's why I told already 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. Okay, thank you, sir.
Now leave the class. Nirmala,
Yeah, yes, sir.
leave the class. 11 o'clock can you join?
Sorry?
11 o'clock, my class is 11 o'clock today.
Okay, sir. Okay, yeah.
Okay, now leave it.
Thank you, sir.
Umesh Kumar. Gugan.
ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ AC2
Hello, good morning everyone. Are you able to hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Can you see the PPT?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Shall we start the class?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So today we are starting up with a new topic called motivation, which is really a interesting one. You can say it is a topic which gives you motivation, right? Okay. So what is this motivation? All of you know about a little about this. What is motivation, right? Most of you would have even practiced or experienced this in your organization. Anyone willing to say what is motivation? What do you know about motivation? Anyone? Just say whatever you feel, what could be motivation.
It may be psychological or it may be materialistic, madam.
It may be psychological or second one, what is that? I didn't get.
Materialistic motivation.
Materialistic motivation or psychological motivation. Okay, right? Very good. What is motivation? What is that feeling?
It's a positive reinforcement to get a better result from the employee or the person in charge to basically produce better yields in
Very
whatever
good.
field they are.
Very good. How do you get motivation? From where you get motivation?
It can be monetary, it could be other anything that would help the person. So if, for example, the person wants to get a better salary, giving them
Okay, so you
increments,
say that
bonuses,
money gives you motivation. What else?
benefits like medical care, healthcare,
Very good.
company trips,
So can we
anything
say
that
that
basically is add-on.
things, materials gives you motivation?
Yes.
So it is external.
Peace.
It can be external as well as internal as well. If, let's say, you provide a very good work environment for the employee, he's happy.
Okay, I understood. So you are saying that employer can give you motivation, right? Materials can give you motivation. So that
Yes.
means it is external. So you get motivation from outside. Am I right?
Yes.
Anything else?
Ma'am, peace of mind.
Very good. So can we say like that? So as per Jijo, what he told. So every morning when you get up, we think about what the employer is going to give to us, and that's why we are starting to work. Is it right? Do you get my point? I'm asking you, all your motivation comes from external factors, or maybe it is internalized. Can it be internal?
Yes, ma'am, it can be internal. Like even we are getting money, but what we work, if we don't like, we don't have motivation to
Very
work.
good. That's why I was pushing you people. See, now you got a very good understanding about. Are you able to hear me continuously, or are you seeing any breaks?
No, ma'am, I'm able to hear you continuously.
Okay, thank you. Right. So that is why I was asking you. Motivation is essentially a feeling, right? It's like an emotion you feel to do something. So we can say that it is like a propeller. It pushes you. It drives you forward. That is motivation. Right? What will push us forward? There should be some stimulant, right? Which makes you move. That stimulant can be external or internal. Can be materials, as Sendil told, it can be psychological. Can be from the employer, can be from your family. Can be from the living things, can be from non-living things. So there is no definition of where you derive that motivation. Then how it is defined? The motivation you feel depends on you, individual, right? There is no common motivation for a group. There is no common motivator. How you feel motivated because of some factor may not work with the other person. Able to understand? So motivation is a feel, a drive, like a stimulant to make you move towards your goal. Okay? See the definitions. That's what we have given as definitions. Motive means desires, right? You want something, so you are pushed towards that. So it's a process of stimulating people to actions to accomplish the goals. Employees who are adequately motivated to perform will be more productive, more engaged, and feel more invested. This, if you apply to you, you can easily understand this. If you think about yourself, all of you are working. You imagine like this few days when you are feeling good about going to work, how your work is. And some days when you are not up to the mark, you are not motivated, you are not pushed, how is the work? So all of us have these ups and downs. So what do we understand from this? Nobody can be kept motivated on the same level, right? Motivation is like a frequency. It goes up and down, up and down. It cannot be maintained at the same level, but can be balanced, right? It can be balanced in such a way that you don't feel negatively motivated. You don't go down to the bottom line. That can be balanced. You can be elevated. That is the only thing, right? So, definition, that is very important definition. Happy employees are not essentially motivated employees. If you understand this, you will become a very good HR manager. You will become a very good manager. Because many employers fail to understand this difference between the morale and motivation. I think we have saw morale already, right? Have you seen morale? Anyone? Have you seen morale? Anyone? Priya, Jijo? What happened? Are your mics mute?
What is the question, madam?
Just 1 second. Sorry for that. Question is, have I taught you morale? Have you seen morale in our class?
No, ma'am. I didn't remember that moral.
Okay, sorry. Then happy employees can be said as when the employees have high morale is, maybe I think we will have it in the next slides. Okay. So when we say happy employees, we say that the morale level is high. You keep remember it, I'll tell you later. But it is not related. You cannot say that those who are very happy are motivated employees, right? These are two different things. motivation is a separate feeling. It's not happiness, right? Motivation is a drive. It can come out of, it can be a branch of sadness, it can be a branch of angerness, it can be a branch of honesty, it can be a branch of happiness. It could derive from anything, but it is not necessarily that when you are happy that means you are motivated, right? These two are different. When we are seeing morale, I'll tell you this in a elaborate way. Okay, then what are these types of motivation? There are two types of motivation. One is extrinsic, another one is intrinsic. This is what I tried to tell you previously. Extrinsic are the external factors that gives you the motivation. It comes from the outside, right? It can be reward, or it can be bought, it can be monetary, or it comes from some other person. So extrinsic. What is intrinsic motivation? This is what you derive the pleasure, you derive the motivation from your side, from within you. It branches out from you, right? See, you give value to something. You see, for example, you give value to honesty, right? So you want to make something right in your organization because of the honesty. So that is the driving force for you. You are motivated by that. Are able to get the point? So this is intrinsic motivation. You want to do something, so you yourself is pushing yourself forward. You don't want anyone to stand behind you and push you forward. That feeling comes within you. That is intrinsic motivation. So what is the benefit, or what's the difference between these two? Extrinsic motivation are, you are not responsible for that. You are dependent on that. You have to wait for that. But intrinsic motivation is strong. When you are developing a quality of intrinsic motivation, that is a real force. That is like a storm, a tsunami, right? Nobody, because it stems out of you. So that is a very powerful kind of motivation, right? So understand this motivation. What we are going to do, we are going to see some theories, right? Note down, motivation is a very important theory in both exam point of view as well as your life point of view, your employment point of view, right? Because motivation is the one thing, if you understand properly how it works, that will give you a lot of power. Self-understanding and self-awareness will be created. You will be conscious about what you are doing, and you will become powerful. So listen this carefully. Wherever you have doubt, you can ask me. And remember, all these theories are not management theories. These motivation theories are partly psychological theories and partly sociology theories. So what do? We are borrowing all these theories from psychology branch and sociology branch to match with the management theories. I see, after all, we are talking about people, and people are part of society, and people have psychology. So nothing wrong that we are borrowing these theories from these two branches. So have that in mind. Why I am saying this? Because all these theories cannot be generalized, right? These theories talk about human being, but all the human beings are not equal. They are not synonymous. They are not similar. You can generalize to a major population. That is what these theories are going to teach us. So you can fix yourself in these theories and where you are standing. That much it will be helpful to us. First theory is Maslow's need hierarchy theory. This is a very, popular theory, a fantastic theory too. And it will give you an awareness of how people are around you to understand them. So what is this theory is about? This theory says that the desire makes you move forward. But unless a particular desire is not fulfilled, you are not satisfied with that particular one, you will not move to the next step. So he says it is like climbing one by one. You fulfill one desire, you go to the next one. You fulfill that, you go to the next one. So the theory goes like that. So what is this? He talks about 5 steps. Abraham Maslow has given this theory. So what is a basic step? That is, you see, what are these needs? You want some place to stay. You want food 3 times a day or 2 times a day. That is a basic need of a human. Unless you have these 2, you cannot think about anything else. Can you see, if you are not having 3 times food, will we be thinking of going to a film or marrying someone or going somewhere, some place to vacation? No. Are you able to understand? So the first need we have to satisfy, we have to fulfill. Then we will be think about the second one. Say for example, you get 3 times food and you have a small place to live. So what I will think next, how can I move towards getting this secure? I want every day a place to stay, every day something to eat. So I need a job. How can I get that? How to earn? Right? So I will be thinking about the security, job security or food security or place security. So security needs. So I want to have settled. Okay, you got a job, you got a place to live, you have 3 times food, happy. Can we be happy with that? No. Once you have a home, what do we think? We like people. We would like to get married. We would like to raise a family. Social needs. We are after social animals. We want to live in pack. We cannot live alone. So what do? We want to have a family around us. We want to have people around us. Social needs. Right? You have everything. Right? See, now you have a family, you have a house, you have a nice car, you have a home. You have everything. Can you keep quiet with that? Are your desires fulfilled? Are your motivation satisfied? No. What do I want? Now I want to command. I want power. Self-esteem needs. I want to be authoritative because I have people underneath me. I have a family. Maybe I have a pet whom I call. He should come running to me. Right? You start feeling like you want to be authoritative. You want to have a maid. You want to have a driver. Self-esteem needs. You want to exercise power. You want promotion in your office. You want to become a boss. Right? That will be the thirst you will be seeing. That will be the power. That is the driving force that is driving you towards a ambitious need. Right? Okay. Done. You had that too. You have become the boss. You are the CEO. You have a lot of people working under you. Finish? Can a person be satisfied with that? No. There is one more step that is called as actualization. Self-actualization. That means understanding the real you. What all things you have required this much, all these may be due to the social pressure or your age or your age-based needs, right? But at a later stage, when you all these 4 you have satisfied, what happens? You are thinking of, you are in want of something else. Now you realize, do I really need all these things? Who am I? What is the highest capability I have? What is the competency to the maximum? Have I utilized that? That is self-actualization. If you are able to understand you to the core and you are able to utilize the maximum competency, core competency of yourself, that is self-actualization. So there it stops. Once you actualize, that's all. Your motivation will get satisfied. There is nothing else to go back. So this is what Abraham Maslow gives as a hierarchy need theory. This is called. That is the need goes in a hierarchy, step by step. So this is a like a basic theory which can almost cover all the motivational theories into it. It's a very marvelous theory which can be easily understood, but which is very deep and its surface. You can understand the surface of this theory, but once you start digging, you will understand that it is a very deep theory and it's a very highly philosophical theory. So what are the things you need to understand with this theory? There are exemptions to the theory. That is that, see, like all of us don't go through all these 5 steps. Because, see, for example, many of us may not have been in the first step. Right? All of us would have born into a good family where we have parents who already have a secured job. So your security need itself is satisfied there. So you started with the social need only. You started searching for friends, social needs, getting family. Where you started. We never have experienced the first 2. And it is not that everyone will go through all the 5, right? Some people may jump. Like say, for example, a Kamarajar, if you take, he didn't go for much of a social need because he jumped to a self-esteem. He got the power, right? So there are few people who jump the steps. And there are few people population who will stop at one step, like social needs. Some stop at self-esteem needs. Few go to self-actualization needs, right? So that is why we give this triangle shape, so that the population is higher in the base and it is very low on the top. So those who go for the self-actualization, very few. Like, see, I have given a picture of Buddha on the top for self-actualization, like who is a symbol of self-actualization. But you can see that he didn't go through any of these steps, if you see. Right? Are you able to understand? He already got physiological needs satisfied, security needs satisfied. He got married very early, social needs satisfied. He was born prince, right? So self-esteem need also satisfied. He born with power. So all the 4 steps he has already crossed. So where he has to move? Self-actualization. But why he is such a big person to look up to, because even though he has crossed all the 4, he never stayed back. He never waited for some time to enjoy these things. He directly went to self-actualization. That took a lot of courage, because we can see a lot of people are like this, like Buddha and are now corporates, the corporate conglomerates, owners, and all those people are like this. They are born prince. But all of them, do they self-actualize? No, right? Because they stay there itself, in self-esteem itself, to enjoy that. It takes a lot of courage to move for self-actualization. Few people like Mahatma Gandhi, right? Like that. Those who are willing to dig to their self-actualization. So that's why this theory is, you can say, you can fix yourself where you are standing, how motivated you are, where you want to move up. All those things you can understand. So how we are going to use this in HRM? Why this theory is useful for us? This theory is useful for you to estimate where you are standing, how you will be motivated. The second one is, this gives you an understanding about the people working under you, right? See, if you are able to understand why that person is acting like that rashly, or why his behavior is like that, if you can fix this person in any of these steps, you can easily justify his behavior. You can easily understand why he is like that. Once that need becomes satisfied, he can be easily moved towards the other one. So he can be motivated to the next one. That's why this theory is important. Any doubts in this one? If you understand this theory, all the other theories will become easy. That's why I'm spending a little time for that. If you have any doubt, you can ask me now. No doubts? Okay, so I take it as no doubt, and we are moving to the next theory called ERG theory. This is like a short version of Maslow's theory, right? There we had 5 steps. Here it is only 3 steps. Okay, existence, relatedness, growth. So the first 2 steps is put into growth, security and physiological. So you need to grow. You want to get settled into, right? So what do? You are trying to do things for that. Right? You want to grow. Sorry, I started with existence, but I said growth. Existence. So you want to live. What is that? So you want these things, security needs for that, right? These 2 things. So if you are satisfied, you are having these 2, what do? We progress, right? We progress to the next step, relatedness. What is this? In Maslow's theory, the 3rd step, social interaction, social, family you want, relationships, right? So you are moved to that. And once you are satisfied, you are progressing to the next step. Socially, you are well settled, you are good, feeling good. You are moving to the next one, growth. What it is? Esteem and actualization. You are growing yourself, powerful and conscious, right? But what this theory is a little bit different is, unless what Maslow told, ERG theory states that if you are unsatisfied with a step, you are moved back to the step. Are you able to understand? If you are social interaction relationship is not, you are frustrated with this. What happens? Instead of progression, it moves you to regression. You go back to the previous step. You are not even secured with you. If you are not happy with the social interaction, you spoil that. So it becomes a vicious circle. The same way, if you are not happy with the growth, you are not able to satisfy with that, you go back to the previous step called relatedness. That is the only difference between Maslow's theory and the ERG theory. So what is this? Existence, relatedness and growth. The same way, the next theory is called McClelland theory. What is this McClelland theory? This is formulated by McClelland. This is called need theory. This is actually, three needs he is talking about. Need for power, need for affiliation, and need for achievement. Right? Same thing. Same, they steps are given here. What are they? Need for power. What is that? Self-esteem, actualization, achievement. Then need for affiliation, social things. Only these three are he is taking up. All the five is linked into these three. But what is again like ERG theory, he says that the need for one pushes the other one and it can go back like ERG. Right? One leads to the other and one brings back the other. That's what he is saying. Need for achievement is because the other two leads to that. But if you are not able to do that, it makes other things also equalized. Like your need for getting affiliated, your social needs is also same. And need for power. So what is the difference in this theory is, this theory fails to talk about the basic needs. This is like, this starts with employees actually, right? Those who are having jobs. This doesn't talk about the people, those who are in security needs. This is not taking that up. This is like a perfect HRM theory, you can say. So this talks about the employees who are in jobs, who want to have affiliation, power and achievement. So one need pushes the other. That is what this theory talks about. And this two-factor theory, which is also called Hurst-Beck theory, right? So this is like, one is motivation, the other one is demotivation. He says only there are two kind of people, motivated people, demotivated people. So for motivation, they have factors called motivation factors, right? It could be anything like job satisfaction, starts with job satisfaction. Other things related to the job like your personal growth, your job interest, responsibility, your opportunity, recognition, achievement, all these things are motivation factors. Right? And what are the demotivation factors? What are the things that is bringing you down are called as hygiene factors. Like you are not having a proper relationship with your boss, or your company policies you don't like, you don't have a job security, you don't have fringe benefits or vacation. So all these things are demotivations. This can be ulta. This can be the motivation factor as well as demotivation factor also. This is about how you get satisfaction with that individual. Are you able to understand? The same job may be a secured one for some people and not secured for some other people. Right? The same way, the rate of pay may be motivation for some people and not motivating for some other people. So what he says, there are two kind of people, two-factor theory. One, some people get easily motivated, some people don't get motivated at all. So those factors easily motivated are motivation factors, and those that don't get are called as hygiene factors. The next one is a scientific theory called Room's theory. This is given by Room. This is about a formula: expectancy, instrumentality, and valence. So this is like, expectancy is how much effort you are giving, right, for getting the balance. That is a value. What is that value you are expecting from that job? Instrumentality is what are all the things, actions, performance you are giving into. So what he says, this expectancy and instrumentality gives you the balance. So this is what Room's theory is about. The next one is Adams' equity theory. This is like, basically a economical theory, this one. So what does it say? This is the difference between equality and equity. So what he says, see, for example, two people are working, right? Both of them are giving in the effort. What is the outcome they get is compared always. That is how you can arrive at this theory. If one gets more incentive, one gets promotion, the other doesn't get. So that is what the comparison is about, right? This is not about equality. By the picture I have given you, you can see the equality is giving all of them the same kind of treatment. But equity is bringing all of them at the same level. Are you able to understand? This is what equity theory is all about. Whatever be the job outcome is, that has to be compared to, right? That is the equity theory. So with that, all the motivation theories are over. If you have any doubts in motivation, you can ask me. We will move to the next topic.
Madam, this equality and equity theory, when we refer this picture, the first person,
Yes.
the first person who is wear the blue color shirt.
Yes.
So he may not be disappointed because the facility what we provided in equality theory, it is removed in the equity theory.
Yes. That's what equity theory is about. Say we mean equality, right? Equality will not lead to equity. That is what his theory is all about. Whatever the input is given, the output what they expect. See, actually the equity theory, we are trying to apply it into the HRM, management theory. So what do we say? Whatever input we give, the output should be equivalent to that. Right? So that is equity. See, if I am putting my heart and soul into the job, I need some output to that, right? And I would say that is why I told you, that's why we call it as compensation nowadays, right? It can only be compensated. It cannot be remunerated. You cannot give me some money and equalize what I am putting into. I will never get satisfied with what I am giving, right? So that is what this theory is about. Equality is often understood, often established in the institutions, but equity is more important than equality, right? Equity is giving them a same level of chance, but equality is giving all of them the same chance. That is the difference. See, in the equality you can see all of them are given with the stools, but what is the need for the first person to get a stool? No need, because as it is he can see who needs more, the one who is short, right? He needs more if he wants to enjoy the game. If you want to be equity, if you want to keep a equity in your organization, you should see who wants more, who should be equated. That is the theory is about, right?
Okay.
Can you go to the next one? Any other doubts? Which one do you prefer, equality or equity? What you say? How you? Which is justified? What is just? Equality or equity?
I think equity is making more sense.
Yes, equity always makes more sense. That is what we have to understand. See, that is why. See, sometimes we see that this quota systems are giving more. All these are based on this equity, right? To make everyone on the same level, right? But equality is distributing to everyone, which may not be right. That is what he says. This is actually an economic theory. If you see, this is not a sociological theory. This came from an economist. So that's why you can see the complexity in that. Can we move to the next one? Any doubts? Okay. So we go to the next interesting topic, like motivation, which is also related to motivation. Stress management. All of us know about this. All of us means I include even school going people. That is like UKG, LKG children, first standard children. All of them use this word very easily, right? I am stressed. I'm feeling stressed out. Am I right? Is there anyone who doesn't have felt stress? We have 55 people. Anyone who have not experienced stress? Anyone who has experienced stress? Raise your hands. There is the option you can raise. See, it is going on. Now, Priya, Sudhanshu, everyone, Madan Annamalai, lot of you. Indumati, Sendil, Bharatishwar. See, that's all. I know 50, all of us will raise your, include me also, right? I too have felt stressed out. So I think I need not explain this much. What is stress? Stress is a tension. You take the literal meaning of stress, right? What is, you are stressing, you are compressing, that is stress, right? But you know, stress, like attitude, what we have seen in the last class, is a neutral word. Stress is not a bad word or a negative word. Stress is a neutral word. Stress is compressing. You are feeling tensed, you are compressed, you are pressurized. That's all, right? But it need not be a negative one. It need not be a cruel, evil one. It something is a good thing also. Unless you feel pressurized, you will not jump. If you pressure more, the jump will be more, right? Have you seen this sprint races, 100 meters, 50 meters, sprint races, sprint? Have you seen the position of the runner, how he stands? His one leg will be on the ground, the other leg will be on a stand like this. A stand will be like this and he will be pushing his shoe on this. What is he doing? He is pushing that. He is pressurizing his one toe on that stand. Why? He wants to feel the stress, the pressure, so that he will push forward. The more he pressurizes on the stand, the more sprint he will have to run forward. Are you able to understand? Have you seen the divers, swimmers for 100 meters swimming race and all? They'll be pushing, waiting, ready. The more they push and dive into the water, the more forward they will go in the first stroke itself. Now tell me, is stress a negative one? No. We need stress. If you want to move forward, you need to have stress. Unless you pressure one foot down, you cannot take the other foot and you cannot walk. Walking itself is pushing one leg down, and that's why you are moving the other leg forward. Right? So now can you understand, stress is not a bad thing. Stress is like a thing that God has given an instinct for us, like motivation, you know. I forgot to ask you one question in motivation. What is the biggest motivator you think for us? What is the biggest motivators which is constantly making us move? Family, children. What is that?
Hunger.
Hunger. Very good, Ram Kumar. Such a brilliant answer. That is it. See, you cannot sleep more than say 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours. You have to get up. For what? To eat. Right? That is the biggest motivator. The same way, you need to have this stress like motivation in life. Otherwise, if you are not pressing your foot down hard, you cannot take the other foot out. Right? So, stress is an essential element in the life like motivation. Got it? So, why we take stress is a negative tone? Because stress is like 3 types, you know. I need not say all these things, what is the feeling and all. So we go directly to the types of stress. What are these types of stress? There are three kinds. One is eustress, that is a positive stress, okay, which is good. We call it as euphoria. That is why you say eustress. You feel very happy. The pressure itself is making you to be feeling happy. The second one is new stress. You are having pressure. You are not feeling happiness or sadness. It's a neutral stress. The third one is distress, which is a bad stress, right? Which is negative stress. That is why unless you feel distress, you cannot say you are having a bad stress. If you are feeling bad about that, that means you are having distress, right? Sometimes you can feel that you are having eustress, but you don't understand that. Say, for example, you got first rank, you got a promotion, right? You feel like something, a panic, you are not able to breathe. You feel so happy, elated. That is eustress. You are feeling pressurized, but with a happy note. Can you relate to that? That is good stress, right? Sometimes you feel like you have to do that, but you are not very sure whether you are going to do that based on happiness or sadness, neutral, right? When you are pressurized in a bad way, it is distress. So we are not going to study about those two psychological terms. We are going to take the important thing which is related to our organization and employment, that is called as distress, which is a negative stress, which is really a dangerous one, right? This stress is really which you have to take care of. This is not only for exam point of view, as I told you. This is everyone is going through. If you are able to learn this and understand this, you can handle it better, right? Not only you can handle for yourself, you can handle for your family, you can handle for friends, and you can handle for your subordinates in your organization. That is the purpose of making you understand the stress management. You should know to manage your stress and help your subordinates manage the stress, right? Okay. Let us see what are the symptoms of stress, emotional symptoms. Can anyone tell me what are the symptoms of stress? I'll go back so that you tell me what are the symptoms of stress.
Anger.
Anger, very good. Then? Only anger. Headache, very good. Hema Malini, then?
Depression.
Very good. Depression.
Frustration.
Frustration. Come on, quick. You can still.
Anxiety.
Anxiety, panic attacks, indigestion, pain, toothache, headache, stomachache, pain all over the body,
Sleeplessness.
eye becoming red, not able to say properly, talk properly, sore throat, sore mood. Thousands of symptoms you can say, right? You cannot pinpoint one symptom which is not a emotional symptom of stress. Why is it? Because every human being has a unique, personality, as well as a unique physical structure, physique. So what happens? Wherever your body is weak, what is a vulnerable position? That position will be that attacked by stress. That is why every human being gets a different kind of emotional symptom of stress. So this emotional symptom is a first point. What do you say? Like awareness. You should understand that continuously you are having something. Like, see, these are the symptoms. Read that. Depression, anxiety, anger, restlessness, feeling overwhelmed, unmotivated, unfocused, trouble sleeping or sleeping too much, constant worry, racing thoughts. You are not able to hold your thoughts. You're not having memory, concentration, making bad decisions, be always in a hurry. Like you always have a palpitation, right? So what happens? These emotional symptoms, first it is manifesting in the emotions, right? Your moods. That is the first step. It displays slowly. It is sleeping. So what you have to do by this time, if you are able to understand, right, okay, I am not having one day memory loss. I'm not able to concentrate one day. For the last 10 days in any meeting, I'm not able to concentrate. That is your alarm, right? You are making bad decisions continuously. Those bad decisions need not be in the work. Say, for example, you are not wearing the proper dress to your work. Every day you are mismatching, or you are not usual in your attire. So your friends started commenting, what, last 1 week you are not coming to the work properly. That means it is a symptom that you are making bad decisions on your selection of dress. Are you able to get my point? I'm saying the bad decisions need not be your work-based decisions. It need not be a big one. It may be a small one also. But if it is continuous, you are making bad decisions continuously, then it is an alarm that you may be overwhelmed. You may be having a slight distress in your work. And again, you remember that this distress need not be based on your workplace, right? Even though it affects your workplace, it can be rooted out from the anything else, like your personal life, right? It could have been coming from something else too. But as we know that your work life and personal life was not different. You are the same person here and there. So this stress will affect there, that stress will affect here, and one into one that will get accumulated. That is why you have to be careful. Say, for example, work stress is shown in the house. Maybe your spouse doesn't understand that. What happens? Your personal relationship get entangled with that. You become more irritated. That shows in the work. It becomes vicious and you are accumulating the distress. So these are like the alarm points. These are the points you have to note that you are not okay. You may be stressed out, right? So like, see, that is why I given a small funny joke for that to make it light. See, you have to have work-life balance properly, right? To have stress-free life. That is the basic thing. So what the manager says, okay, you are not giving more time to life. So how we can adjust, balance this, have more work, it will be balanced. Right. So we come to the next one. How to manage this stress? Okay. I think I missed one slide here. Okay, I'll tell you that. So emotional symptoms lead to physical symptoms. That is the next point. Next step in the stress, What happens after this you are not attending to that. You are not looking much into this area that you are stressed out, right? So what happens? This stress slowly seeps into your physical body. That is what the other symptoms you told. Slowly you start having headache, right? That headache is a resultant of many of these emotional symptoms, like you are continuously thinking, continuously worried, right? So you are not sleeping much or sleeping too much. So what it will result into? Your eye irritation and headache. It starts with that. Usually for 99% people, because of overthinking, no sleeping, and this no sleeping, triggers a lot of reactions in your body. Like if you sleep, your digestion will be proper. If you don't sleep, you will not get the digestion properly. It will result in headache. So, or else if you start with eye irritation and headache, that will result in indigestion. Do you get my point? And obese is also an emotional symptom. If you are stressed out, you eat much. So you will get stomach problems. So like this, slowly, your mental problems, what you are thinking like emotional on the surface, get into the surface, your body. Now, this is like a volcano, right? Why I am taking time here is actually, this is, as I told you, very important for most of us, which we take it very lightly. All of us have studied about volcano in geography, right? Everywhere under the earth, the magma, lava is flowing like a river. But in few places, it erupts into a volcano. Why is that? What are those few places? Why they select those places? Anyone? Why some places become volcano?
Favorable condition?
Yeah, in a way. But
Because
yes?
those are the weak points where the stress overtakes and the lava erupts.
Jijo got right. The place is soft. The earth, wherever it is soft for the lava to erupt. So what happens? Vulnerable points, it comes out. Same way, these stress hormones also react. Right? We call it as stress hormones. Why these hormones are released? Whenever you are having this panic, anxiety. Stress leads to this anxiety and panic. The anxiety is also another one, actually a small topic. I don't know whether I have slide. I'll tell you now. Anxiety is also a resultant of stress, right? Anxiety is a, what do you say, palpable emotion which you can feel. Unlike stress, anxiety you can feel. Why? Because it is related to your human body. This is released by hormones called stress hormones. See, for example, how to tell this: when a dog on the road, suddenly a dog barks at you, you will feel that anxiety. Are you able to understand? You will feel like a current passing through your body. That means energy is flashed into your body. This response is called fight or flight. This is a human instinct, natural instinct. Fight or flight. You have to fight the predator, or flight. You have to run. This is from our ancient ancestors. We got this because we live in the jungle. The predators may come. You have to fight or flight. So we have evaluated with those kind of hormones, which is like a blast of energy put to you, so that you will have to fight or run. Both you need energy. So this is a bundle of energy, so that anxiety comes. If you run, that energy is used. If you fight, that energy is used. But if you are not doing these two, what you are doing with that energy which has been rushed to your body, it is going through your body up and down. It doesn't know what to do. So what does it do? It is like the magma, lava. So what it does? It settles in the vulnerable point. Right? If it is one time, the body can adjust. 2 times, the body can adjust. But if it is a continuous thing, every day in the workplace, your boss shouts at you, you get anxiety, the energy bout comes, the hormones are released, and you are not doing that, keeping quiet, that goes and settle in your weak point. So if it happens for 1 month or 2 months or continuous, these hormones get settled in your vulnerable point, and that creates all these issues which leads to even heart attacks. Right? This can create to that kind of criticality, like it can create blocks, blood blocks in your veins. Right? This is why you can see that of late, like some last 10 years or 2 decades, heart attacks, that what you say, cardiac arrest, actually, not even heart attack, cardiac arrest they call it. Suddenly the heart stops working, is very common in, which is a very uncommon age group in a software industry, which is like 40s, which is very uncommon. Right? It should not be like that. In 40s, no person can get cardiac arrest because they are very young and strong. Then how come the heart can get so vulnerable in the age of 40? Because the continuous stress attacks. So that leads to that is why suddenly the corporates have started understanding that the stress leads to these kind of unwanted reactions. This is like groups, not only here, it is up to Japan. Even in Japan, this is very common. Not cardiac arrest, they have various kind of stress effects. Exactly, not this. Suicide rate goes high. Lot of divorces. Can you relate this? Divorce rate is going high, right? And burnouts, like brain exhaustion is very high. Burnouts are very high. Attrition rate is very high. And infertility is very high. It's very hard to relate these things. Can you imagine, like 10 years ago, there will be like clinics, like physical clinics everywhere. Now you can see in every street there is a right? So you can see that you will never know what these kind of this corporate stress or the workplace stress can result into. Right? So this is how we understand the exhibit of stress in the physical body. Right? So we come to the next one. How to manage stress. So now we understand stress. Okay, it is there everywhere in the corporates, in the workplace. You are working, you have the stress because we have targets. We have to do. We are working under a heavy pressure. Okay, but how to handle that? Now we know that it is there. How to erase that? How to do that? First, as an individual, let us know. You are the person who are affected with the stress. How to evade that? Tracking stressors is the first point. Stressor is a point which gives you the stress. Say, for example, looking at your boss face every day, he's shouting, you are getting stressed. That is a stressor. Developing healthy responses to that. If you identify the stressor, then try to develop some techniques, responses, how to avoid the stress in that situation. Establish some boundaries. Don't, if you get stressed, don't cross that boundary. Learn a lot of relaxing techniques. Communicate with your superiors that I am getting stress in the workplace. Get some support. These are the things you can do as an individual to avoid stress. If you want to avoid the stress from the other side, that is how to do it from the managerial side as a management. Give support. Understand that they are having this problem, then try to eliminate that, because everyone will not get stress from the same problem. Make the job rotation. Keep that person into some other place. Bring a person who can be strong in this place, right? Say if the stress is arriving out of non-equipped work technique, he's not able to do the work because he doesn't know how to do. Give him training, give him support, give him a mentor, give them paid vacations, teach them relaxing techniques. Like in BPOs and software industries, you know, by 11:30, 12 o'clock every day, they will play soothing music. There will be yoga sessions. Give them a gym, give them a creche, give them a canteen where they can get good food, give them hot drinks, right? If you are able to cope up the mechanisms, you can give them the coping up mechanisms inside the workplace, you can help them to come out of this stress, right? So this is how you can handle the stress. So with that, we come to the conclusion of today's class. Tomorrow we will continue in the same time. Before closing, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. We have 2-3 minutes left out. This is all about stress management. Any doubts? Are you able to follow the topics?
Yes, madam.
Yes, okay. So if you have any doubts, you can note it down. Even tomorrow when we start the class, we can start with clarifying the doubts and go on. I understand that there will be not doubts, like it could be curiosity, like you want to learn more, or you are having a different kind of perception. You are thinking from the other side. Then you can have some questions and we can talk it out. The discussions will be good for understanding these things better, right? Okay. Otherwise, these things are as we are living it out, you know, this is very easy to relate to. When you relate to that concept, you can easily understand. So always I would advise that, I suggest that you fix yourself in that area and think. That will give you more clarity about what you are doing in that place, how you are managing stress, what are your stressors. Then you will not forget the concept, you know, it will be very easy for your examination if you put yourself on the first place and think. Because we are wired that way. We give importance to ourselves, our name, ourselves, our looking. So if you put yourself in the concept and imagine, that would be an easy way, a technique for you to remember the concept for the examination point of view also, right?
Madam, one question.
Yes.
So the topic what we discussed today, it comes under which chapter, madam? Which unit?
Motivation. It comes under, I think it is unit. If I go to the...
we have 2 books, madam, actually.
Not 2 books, you have only 1 book. The other one is reference book.
Okay.
This is unit 4. What we are seeing is unit 4.
Thank you, madam.
Okay. See, you got one set of books. They are Tata McGraw-Hill books. They are the reference books actually. They are not study material. Okay.
Okay.
You can refer that for examination. They are like textbooks for reference. The other one is self-learning material. What you got with the university logo is self-learning material. You will see the syllabus inside.
Thank you, madam.
Okay. Right. So you cannot see in the reference book unit wise. You have to go through to the SLM for unit wise points. Right? Okay. Thank you for listening. We will meet tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Okay. I'll give it. Hello, students. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi, sir.
Good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, just a second. Let me. Hello, students. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just a second. Why is camera is not switching on? I don't know. Can you see the? Just a second. One second, please. Just. Hello, students. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Are you able to hear me?
Hello. Hello. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon, sir.
There was a little technical problem, so that's what I was trying to resolve it. I hope it'll be all right now. Let me upload my PPT. Just a second. Can you see the PPT now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It's
sir.
low.
Services.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one thing. Can anyone tell that last class where we were? I think product we have completed. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We have
Did
completed.
we start pricing last class? No.
No, sir. We are yet to start.
Yet to start pricing. So today we'll be discussing about pricing. So over product, and today let us discuss about pricing decision, right? Hello.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We'll discussing about pricing today. So you know that out of 4 P's of marketing or marketing mix, pricing is the one of the P. Product, price, place, promotion, isn't it? The price is the only piece where you can earn revenue. In other other 3 P's, have to manufacturing a product, you need to spend money. Similarly, for distribution, you need to spend money. Similarly, for promotion, you need to spend money for the advertisement, sales promotion, etc. But the pricing is the only peak where you are earning revenue. So pricing is different for different people. Just let me go to the PPT. Just a second, son. Okay, it is. PPT is not moving at all. Yeah, can you see the PPT, pricing PPT?
No, sir.
I don't know. Just a second. Can you see now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Today we are going to discuss about pricing decision. In this unit, we'll be discussing basic introduction to pricing. What are the different factors affecting to pricing decision? Then what are the pricing objectives and different approaches to pricing and procedure, pricing policy. How we are making pricing policy. Then pricing in relation to product life cycle. How we are pricing in the different stages of product life cycle. Last is pricing method. Okay, let us start pricing. Before that, let me share you one story. Like in one of the movie, like Once Upon a Time in Mumbai. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
There is a movie in that sequence. In the movie Once Upon a Time in Mumbai. Ajay Devgan, one Hindi film star, Ajay Devgan, and the other one is Kangana Ranaut in that movie. What happened in that movie? The Ajay Devgan, he played the role of a gangster, and first time he wanted to meet his love interest, Kangana Ranaut. She was traveling in a car, and while traveling, his driver he suggested, you are meeting first time, so that you should carry some gift to her. So on the way, he didn't find anything. Ajay Devgan found that all the shops are closed. All the shops are closed. Then he found one guava seller, and he stopped his car there and asked the guava seller, what is the cost of your guava? So he said that for 1 rupee, I will give you 4 guava. Then he thought that it's very cheap to present someone this 1 rupee 4 guava. Then he asked him, if this is the only guava left in the world, then what will the cost of your guava? that poor gentleman, what he will say, he says that it may be 4 rupee. Then again what happened, he took him to fantasy world and he asked him that if suppose this is the guava, this king Emperor Akbar is holding, instead of this rosebud he usually used to carry, so he is holding that guava, then what will the cost? Then he says that it may be 40 rupee. Then again he took him to further fantasies. Then he says that suppose this is the guava held by Adam, instead of that apple, the famous Adam's apple, he is holding this guava. Then what will the cost? Then this man, he says that maybe 400. Here in this this story, what I mean to say that the product remains same. The same guava, initially it was for 1 rupee, 4 guava. Then how perception is changing when it is, suppose it is held by King Akbar, then it became 40 rupee. If it is holding by this Adam, it will be 400 rupee. So you can see that consumer means how their perception changes. So like this, when they make the pricing of the product, sometimes the marketer, they go on the consumer's psychological pricing also. There are various ways of pricing which we will be discussing. But what I mean to say that how the transports are changing a price, same product, different price. So based on the consumer psychology changes. Similarly, marketer also, pricing is very crucial thing. It is like you can see that pricing is a war. So many competitors, they are offering similar kind of product, and if you are making more price, then customer may not buy. If it is lesser price also, it is a problem. Similarly, you have to be very careful while pricing a product. So let us see pricing decision. A price is an expression of value. Price is the seller's estimate of what all of this worth to potential buyer. What the seller estimate for his and potential buyer buy a product, that is the price from me. In the competitive marketplace, pricing is a game. It is like a game. So you cannot, it's a keep on changing, or based on your competitors, based on your product in the market, and based on your product in the this life cycle, position of product in the product life cycle. Based on that, you need to take pricing decision. So price set by individual firms respond to those competitors. Based on the competitor, what pricing they are keeping, based on that, sometimes they compare the pricing of the competitor and they keep pricing. So you can see pricing is the one of the important element of marketing mix. Out of 4 pieces, this is the one of the important piece. So why market sorry, 1 second please. Pricing has become it has taken very central position due to the various reasons like diminishing product differentiation. As we discussed about product differentiation, last class we had discussed about differentiation of product. So how will you differentiate your product? Your product should be, some kind of differentiation has to be there, some kind of innovation has to be there. Then only your product will be different. But nowadays you must have seen that diminishing product differentiation. Almost all products are similar. If somebody is having innovation in his product, immediately you must have seen that other companies also similar facilities in their product. So almost differentiation is eliminating. So as technology gets standardized, differentiation among firms on the basis of product is diminishing, because due to advancement of technology, everybody is using those technologies and the differentiation is eliminating. So that pricing plays an important role here. If all the products are similar, then people will compare based on the pricing again. So similarly, inter-firm rivalries. There is a competition between firm to firm. There is a rivalry. The intensity of inter-firm rivalry increases. The farm cost operation also increases. It now has to spend more money to lure customer and middlemen. What they are doing, the farms, competitive farms, what they are doing, they are luring the middlemen, the wholesaler, retailer, by giving them suitable benefits so that they will sell their product. So due to which the inter-firm rivalry is taking place. And again here, if you are not pricing properly, then it will be a problem for you. Similarly, mature products and market. Market is getting matured or product is getting matured. When it reaches to the maturity stage, like in the product life cycle we have discussed last class, yes, there are different stages like pioneering stage, growth stage, maturity stage and decline stage. When the product reaches to the maturity stage, in that place it will be very difficult pricing. Again, you need to change something, some adjustment you need to do. Otherwise, people are the product is matured, so it may go to the decline stage. That's why you need to take very careful steps here. The only way to differentiate between various offers is on the basis of augmented service or price cut. What you need to do, again, you must be remembering the different product, different types of product or different levels of product. What we discussed during different levels of product. Basic product, then branded product, augmented product, and like this we have discussed. Here, in this stage, what you need to do, you need to augment your product or services. Augment in the sense, you need to give some additional advantage product or services so that your product will be differentiated from the others. Or you need to, what you need to do, you have to cut the price. Then only people will be, customer will be coming to buy your product. Similarly, consumers value perception. How consumer value the product? Many times customers perception may not necessarily be in line with the price. Sometimes what customer think, it is pricing is not only the factor. Sometimes their perception, how they perceive the product. Based on that, their value of the product may change. So pricing also to be done on the basis of like just before. Sometimes I discuss the story of a movie, how perception, based on the perception, price also changes. So you need to take care of that. Then inflation in the economy. When inflation affects the pricing in two ways. It lowers the purchasing power, hence customers search for the low price substitute and it increases farm's cost. So in this way, these are the various reasons due to which this pricing takes very central position. It is very important for the marketer or the who are making the product. So in a pricing in a digital world, you can see now the digital marketing, digital era it has come. Here, what is the advantage? Internet allows seller to discriminate between buyer and buyers, to discriminate between sellers. The price of the buyers to buyer, product to product, so it will be discrimination. There won't be any discrimination. It will be very clear to their mind. So they can see the price of the, compare the price of the product, get instant comparison from thousands of vendors. Now in internet, what they can do online, they can compare various products at the same time. Similar similar kind of product, what is the price, they can compare. Check prices on the point of purchase. They can check the price. When they go to the showroom, they can check online prices also and get product free. Sometimes what they can, this sample product they can get free also online, and monitor customers behavior and tailor offer to individual. And marketers, they can see the customer's behavior, how customer, suppose online you have gone to a website, seen, you have left the product and you have left the product on the, this selected the product, but you have not bought for that one. So again, the marketer, they can see your behavior, how you are checking the price online, those they can monitor and they can respond to the customer. Similarly, give customers access to special prices. Sometimes what they give, special prices to the customer. Online you can see various offer will be there, exchange offer or EMI offers, or sometimes if you are using some particular bank card, you may get 10% offer. Like this, they give certain customer access to the special price and negotiate price in online auction and exchange over in person. They can negotiate the price online and they can exchange the product. So you must have seen that many of the sellers, online seller, what they do, they return the product within the limited time and they exchange the product. All this it is possible in the digital world, online shopping. Next one, let us see what are the objectives of pricing. What is the need of pricing? Pricing is a complete decision that has direct bearing on the company's profitability, because this is the only P where you are earning profit. So this is very complex decision you need to take. Price is a component of the total marketing list. Out of the 4P, price is the 1P. 4 P's of marketing, price is also a component. And you also represent components of the organization's overall objectives. What are the objective your organization? Based on that, pricing objective depends. If your organization is, suppose for example, your organization non-profit motive organization, in that case what will happen? You will earn, you will make a very less profit, and you can set the price. If it's profit oriented motive, then you can additional this profit, you can profit margin will be more and the cost of the product will be more. Similarly, based on your organization objective, so pricing objective may be depending. The objective of the firm and its marketing organization guide the development pricing objective. It's the same. To arrive at a good price strategy, the market should be able to decide on the price objective. Pricing objective vary from firm to firm, that can be classified. What are those pricing objectives? Number one, it is maximize current profit and return of investment. So one of the objectives may be to maximize current profit. So what is the motive of pricing? Objective of pricing? To maximize current profit and return on investment. You need to get return what you have invested. Based on that, you can set the price. The second objective, you can say, exploit competitive position. You want to exploit the competitive position in the market. Based on that, you can set the price. What are your competitors' price, and what is the strength of your product, and what position in the product life cycle your product is. Based on all that, you can set the price and exploit the competitive position. Similarly, the third objective may be survival in competitive market. You need to survival in competitive market. If you price your product higher, then it may not survive in competitive market, because customer will buy the similar product which offer lower prices. So to survive in the market, what you need to do? You very carefully you set the price. You see your competitor and then you set the price. Similarly, balance price over product line. Last class we have discussed about the product line, product mix, product line, product width and breadth. All this we have discussed. Product line means similar product, homogeneous product in a line. For example, detergent powder. Different kinds of detergent powder launched by a particular company in a line called as product line. So balance price over product line. What they do? The total profit, they must have decided this is the profit we want to earn, and in the product line, one of the products, suppose it is failing. So what they will do? They will adjust the pricing with the different, with fast moving the product, with slow moving product, they can adjust the pricing. In slow moving product, they may reduce the price, and fast moving, they may slightly increase the price. Like this, they can price adjustment, they can do. This may be one of the objectives. And another objective, you can say prestige objective. Some companies, they have their prestige objective. They can reduce the price to too low. They cannot go. So to maintain the prestige of the company, they set the price. So it is not necessary that all the company have to follow all the objectives. It's based on it varies from the company to company. So they may, based on their objective, they can set the pricing objective. Is it clear? Next, let us see what are the factors influence pricing. There are various factors which are influencing pricing, like internal factor. Basically, you can divide into two, internal and external. What are the internal factors? The number one, you can say corporate and marketing objective of the firm. What is the objective of your firm or organization? Based on that, that is also affecting to your. This is the one of the important factor you need to consider while pricing, because your pricing based on your organizational objective. Like example I gave you, if you are non-profit motive organization, so your pricing will be slightly lower. If it is profit oriented motive, slightly higher, maybe marginal a little bit if you are to survive in competitive market. Based on that, this is one of the internal factor which is affecting to your pricing decision, or you need to consider while taking pricing decision. Secondly, the image sort by form by pricing. What kind of image you are sorting by pricing? If it is a very unique product of your company, or based on your reputation of your company, to a competitive position in the company, by that you can decide what is the image you want to create in the mind of the customer. So based on that, you can set the pricing. This is all of one of the internal factor you need to consider. Next is the characteristic of the product. What kind of product is? What is the characteristic of the product or services? Based on that, you can set the pricing. It's a seasonal product, or it is a regular product, or it is such kind of product plenty available in the market, your unique product. Based on the characteristic of the product, you can set the pricing. This is also one of the internal factor. The stage of the product in its life cycle. In the different stages of product, which stage your product lies, whether it is the introductory stage, whether it is in growth stage, whether it is in saturated mature stage, or whether it is in decline stage. Based on that, you need to take decision of pricing. If it is the pioneering stage, like introduction stage, then you need to set the price, go for the pricing policy like penetration pricing or skimming pricing. Penetration pricing means initially the pricing will be slow to penetrate in the market, and slowly they change the prices, increases the prices while in growth state. But in case of skimming pricing, what they do, if your product is unique product or innovative product in the market or differentiated product, then you may go for skimming pricing. Initially, price cost will be little bit higher because yours is unique product, and when the more number of competitor comes with the similar kind of product, you need to come down. So this is called skimming pricing. So based on the product life cycle, if it is an introduction stage, pricing policy will be different. If it is a growth stage, you may take different policy. If it is a decline stage, you may take different policy. Like decline stage, if it is taking care, then product may be going to be killed. So in that case, what you need to do, you need to reduce the price, or buy one get one self promotion, or you need to change the quality of the product, or you need to change the some kind of innovation in your product or differentiation in your product. Then only, again, based on that, again, your pricing decision will be. This is also one of the internal factor which is to be considered while pricing the product. Next is use pattern and turnaround rate of the product. Use pattern. What is the pattern customer are using your product or buying your product? What is the turnaround rate of the product? Based on that, again, you can set the price. Cost of the manufacturing and marketing. What is the cost of a manufacturing and marketing? Based on that, you may take pricing decision. This is also factor which is to be considered. Extent of distinctiveness, differentiation of the product. How much distinctness or how much innovative your product is, how much differentiation in your product. So based on that, you can set the pricing. For example, your product is the very innovative product. Such kind of product, other competitors, they don't have. So you have the advantages to go for skimming pricing, or you can additional price you may charge from the customer. Customer will not mind to pay for that because your product is innovative product, and that is justified. Your increasing cost is or more cost is justified. Similarly, interaction of other three P's of marketing. Interaction of other three means only P is not the pricing is not the only P. The other three P's like product, quality of the product, then promotion, then distribution, all this. Based on that, your pricing factors influence. So whether buyer buys some of the product in combination. For example, if you have different kinds of product, customer how they buy with one kind of product, they buy other product also. Based on that, you can set the price. These are the internal factors influencing the pricing decision. Next, you can say external factor. What are those external factors? Number one, market characteristic. What kind of market it is? Based on that demand, customer competition, you need to assess what type of market it is. Based on that, you can set the pricing. This is the external factor which is beyond your control, because internal you can manage. External factor, it is beyond your control. So based on the demand is external factor, customer competition external factor. So based on the market characteristic, you can set the elasticity demand of the product in particular. For the particular product, what is the elasticity? What is the demand of the product? Based on that, you can again set the price. Buying behavior of the customer of the product. How the customer buy the product? So based on the buying behavior, consumer psychology, and their purchase pattern, based on that, you can set the price. Bargaining power of major customer. How major customers they bargain power. We who buy your product in bulk, how they bargain. Competitor pricing strategy. What strategy competitors are adopting? Based on that, you can set your pricing strategy. Government control, regulation and pricing. What is the government control? What is the regulations for pricing? You need to take care of that one. So to do the ethical marketing or ethical pricing, you need to see the government control and regulations. Like if you have to pay tax, GST, whatever it is, based on that, you can set the price. Other relevant legal aspect. But if there is any legal aspect, you need to take care. Societal views. You need to take care of the society, because once you are doing business, you have certain kind of responsibility towards the society. You need to take care of the societal respect also. Understanding risk, if any, with the competitor. Understanding risk, if any, with the competitor. If there is any competitors question comes in that position, you need to take care of competitors also, and based on that, you can set the pricing. This is one of the major questions which comes during examination point of view also. So they ask, what do you mean by pricing? What are the different factors influencing pricing decision? So these are the majorly two factors, internal factors and external factors. Based on the internal factor, you need to write all these points, explain your point, and external factor, these are the points to be discussed. Now, is it clear? Hello, students.
Yes,
Hello?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, if any doubt in between, you can interrupt me. Okay. Next, we'll go for general pricing approaches. What are the different approaches of pricing? Like you can majorly divide into cost-based pricing, demand-based approach, competitive-oriented pricing approach, then product line-oriented pricing, tender pricing, affordability-based pricing, differentiated pricing. Here, first, under the cost-based pricing, you can say the markup pricing or cost-plus pricing. Markup pricing in the sense you need to set the cost of the product plus some profit based on the cost-plus pricing. Similarly, absorption cost pricing, full cost pricing. You need to absorb the full cost plus certain percentage of profit over to that one. Similarly, target rate of return pricing. You need to get your rate of return. So based on that, you can set your pricing. The marginal cost pricing, with marginal profit, you can set the pricing. Similarly, demand-based approach. What the traffic can bear pricing. Here, what the traffic can bear, how much customer are ready to pay. Based on that, you have to price your product. If your pricing is higher, then customer may not buy your product. If it is lower, then image may go down. So based on that, you can see that what traffic can bear, how much in generally customer pay for similar kind of product. Based on that, you can do. Skimming pricing, as we discussed, skimming pricing during the introduction phase, you can go for skimming pricing, little bit higher price, then skim the market, then slowly you can come down. For example, when a Sony company, a Philips company launched the powerhouse system, by the time cost was around 20,000. But when senior company came and other company they came launched similar product on the 13,000, then automatically finished have come down to 14 to 15,000. So initially they have skimmed the market, and later on, based on the competitive, they have come down. Similarly, the other one is penetration pricing. Initially, pricing will be lower, then slowly they will be increasing the pricing. Next is competition-oriented pricing. What is the competitive-oriented pricing? Premium pricing. Your product is the premium product, so your pricing would be little bit higher based on the position of your product, based on the image of your product, based on the image of your brand. That if it is a premium product, then you go for premium pricing. Discount pricing. Sometimes you can this is a discount pricing, like seasonal discount, annual discount, annual clearance. Based on that, you can go for discount pricing also. Parity pricing, going rate pricing. Parity in the parity pricing of the, if somebody is buying two kinds of product, similar kind of product on one associated product, in that by pairing the product you can set the pricing. Pricing may be little bit lower, or sometimes if you buy two products, the product may be cost may be little bit lower, or if you buy one product, if you buy the parts of the product, then in that case the pricing will be little different. So competitive, these are called competition oriented pricing. Next is product line oriented pricing. Product line, as I told you, the product line means similar kind of product, like homogeneous product in a line. So based on that, some in a line, some product is fast moving product, some product is slow moving product. So in that case, they can adjust the pricing in the line. That is called product line oriented pricing. Next is tender pricing. Tender pricing is what? In government organization, you must have seen, who out of you, somebody must be working in government. Government, they go for tender pricing. So tender, they will call for the tender. In that, the competitor, the bidder who quote the least price, then they go for buying the product from that particular tender. So that is called as tender pricing. Next is affordability based pricing. Affordability based on the pricing in the sense how much customer can afford to buy for the particular product. Who are your target customer? Based on that, whether they are the pricing will be affordable for them or not. Like Tata Nano car is not for the one segment of people. Those who are using bikes and scooters, for those type of people, they have launched the nano car. So if bike cost is 60 to 70,000, car costing is 30,000, which will be affordable for them. So affordability based pricing also you can adopt. Differentiated pricing. If your product is something differentiated from other, so based on that you can set the pricing. Differentiate again based on your product differentiation, based on your distribution differentiation, based on the distribution differentiation. So any kind of differentiation may be there. So if your product is something different from other, so based on that you can set the pricing. These are the different approaches for pricing. I hope it is clear to all of you. In details, you can go through your study material, because one by one, if you go, you need to be difficult to complete your syllabus. So I request all of you to go through the study material and detailed point to point and go through. Now, what is the procedure for taking pricing policy? So procedure for a pricing policy. While taking pricing policy, the procedure we need to follow. First is selecting the pricing objective. What is your pricing objective? We discussed earlier that what are the different pricing objectives. Like your objective may be the profit-oriented objective. Your objective may be to survive in the competition market. Your profit may be to earn maximum profit. Your profit, your pricing may be objective may be based on the organization. So you need to set the pricing. Which objective you need to select. Once your objective is clear, then determining demand. What is the demand in the market for your product? So your objective is now clear, to profit motive or non-profit motive or to survive in competition market. If it is clear, then you determine the price, demand. What is the demand of your product? Then estimating cost. Based on your demand, you can estimate the cost. What is the cost of your product? Total estimation you can do. Analyzing competitor cost, price and offer. If your cost is estimated, then you see analyze the competitor price. Similar kind of product, your competitor launching, what is the cost of their product? What is the prices and what are the offer they are giving? Based on that, you need to set the price. Otherwise, again, your competitor may take the opportunity and you may face the market because you have similar kind of product, but your product may be overpricing, may be underpricing also if you do not analyze your competitors. Overpricing also a problem, underpricing also a problem. So you need to, if you overprice, the product cost is too high. If underpriced, they may have the perception that it's the cheap product. So you have to be very careful. You have to analyze your competitor, then set the price. Then selecting a pricing approach. What kind of approach? Like cost plus pricing, bidder pricing, tender pricing, all these different pricing policy we have approaches we have discussed. You need to take any one approach. Then selecting the final. Lastly, you have to select the final price of the product. So these are the procedure for taking pricing. Next, let us see pricing. Am I going very fast? Or is it clear? Hello?
It's clear, sir.
Clear. Okay. We'll proceed further. I hope after that, if you go through your study material, it will be very clear. So next is pricing and product life cycle. What is the pricing strategy you need to take during the product life cycle? If it is an introduction stage, you remember that S-curve, product life cycle, introduction stage. Introduction stage, if it's a new product, what pricing policy you need to have? Scheming pricing. I discussed already scheming pricing. Then penetration pricing. Then cost plus pricing. These are the methods strategy you can take during the introduction stage of the product product. Next is growth phase. When the product in the growth phase, when your product is customers are aware of the product, they have accepted your product, and you are earning maximum profit by that time. So that is growth stage. The price must be reduced gradually because initially now this is the growth stage. Maximum product will be sold. So you need to reduce the price gradually based on your competitor pricing policy. You need to reduce little bit slowly. Then scheming other market segments progressively more price sensitive. You can scheme other market. Suppose your target group is different segment of market you have learned. For example, if your product is, for example, you take the Timex company product, Timex watch. So one, their high-ended product. One is for medium earning capacity people. One is for lower middle class. Different kinds of like. One is very high, which is like ornament they use, like gold plated and with diamond studs. Such kind of product is for high-end customer. A medium-end customer, it will be little bit lower prices, and lower-end customer pricing will be little bit lower than that. So you need to see that which segment you can scheme the market. If it is the higher end product, so in that case, you can scheme the market. So based on the situation, you can position of the product, you can go for scheming or penetration pricing also. Similarly, maturity stage, developing and pricing would better to expand the product line. You need to expand the product line. Product line in the sense, if there's a line is shorter, you need to increase the product line. For all the kind of all segments of customer, you need to launch the product so that it will be product line will be increased. So based on that, in maturity phase, because customers are saturated over your product, so you need to launch something different product or modified product, so you can increase the product line also. Decline phase, when it has gone to the decline phase, beat a retreat on price, increase the price on the few remaining units in inventory. What you can do, you can the decline phase, if one of the product is going to the decline phase, you can reduce the price and you can increase the price of the remaining units in the inventory to balance your profit position or rate of return. You can increase in the remaining product, but whereas declined product, you need to reset the pricing. So this is the different strategy you need to take care during the product side. This is also one of the important questions. What are the different strategy you need to take? Pricing strategy you need to take, different stages of product life cycle. Next, we can see what are the different strategy you need to adapt for pricing. The first is, you can say, new product pricing strategy. If the product is new,
Let's go.
anything? Yeah, I request all of you to kindly mute your systems. So strategy, different strategy you can see, new product pricing strategy. When the product is new in the market, in that place, you can set the strategy. Like I told you, skimming pricing, penetration pricing, market skimming pricing. As I discussed, skimming pricing, initially pricing will be higher. Market penetration pricing, initially price will be little nominal, then slowly they can increase. Next is product mix pricing. Product mix pricing strategy means if you have different kinds of product in your basket or in your portfolio, so you need to total rate of return. If you are calculating, based on that, you can set the pricing of a particular product. Then product line pricing. As I said, in product line, in a line, different similar kind of products are there. One is low selling, one is high selling. In that case, you can set the pricing and balance the pricing. Optional product pricing. If it is an optional product, suppose optional services. For example, you have bought a washing machine. In that, you are taking annual maintenance service, annual maintenance contract. If you are taking, then it will be optional price. The product price will be different, and optional service price will be altogether. You can set the pricing. That policy also you can adapt. Next is captive product pricing. To captive the product, you can set the pricing. If your product is unique, you can capture the pricing little bit based on your distinctiveness. The byproduct pricing. If there are byproduct also, your company is selling, then in that case you can take the decision. Both the products pricing, you can average, you can calculate, and you can set the pricing. Similarly, product bundle pricing. If number of products together you are selling, then it is called as bundle bundling, product bundle. So that pricing will be different. For example, take case of this Johnson baby product. If individual product you are buying, price will be different. If a bundle of products, suppose Johnson baby soap, talcum powder, then this olive oil, then cream, shampoo, all together, this a bundle of product together, can be pricing will be different. So price adjustment strategy, different price adjustment like off, discount, etc. you can give. That is also you can adjust the pricing. Discount and allowance pricing, you can give discount and allowances based on your product position in the life cycle. You can set your pricing. Then discriminatory pricing, in the sense for different type of customer, the price will be different. Similar kind of product, different pricing. If it is your target customer is somebody else, then pricing may be different. If it is in the kirana shop, price may be different. Same product is the showroom, it will be different. So discrimination, price discrimination, pricing also can go. Psychological, if it is the rural place, the pricing will be different. If it is all the same product in urban area, the pricing will be different. So for example, if you go to watching movie in the theater, the product price will be little bit higher. Or airport, if you go, similar kind of product outside is lesser, and airport it will be, pricing will be different. Next is psychological pricing. Based on the consumer psychology, price can be different. Value pricing. The customer should get the value of the product. So you need to create the value in your pricing. If customer buys the product, he should be satisfied the value he is getting. Similarly, promotional pricing. Promotional pricing in the sense, when you are launching a product, you need to promote. You need to inform the customer about your product. In that time, you need to give different kind of pricing. That is called as promotional pricing. Geographical pricing. Based on the geographical location, your pricing may vary. Like, for example, petrol. Pondicherry, it may be different. Tamil Nadu, it may be different. Delhi, it may be different. Mumbai, it may be different. So, based on the geographical location, pricing may vary. International pricing. If it is launched in the international pricing, in international market, the pricing will be different. So, these are the various pricing strategies. I hope it is clear. So, I think we'll stop with here itself. So, if any doubt, now you can clarify. Anything which you have not understood or any doubt, you can ask me. Hello? Is it clear to all of you? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, if any doubt, you can ask me. Nothing, no doubt?
No, sir.
Yeah.
No doubt, sir.
Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Then in that case, we'll proceed further. We'll switch over to Unit 4. Because today is the 5th class, I think. Only 3 classes are left over. Then we have distribution, then promotion. Then one class will take for the question answer discussion, whole question paper, then like your case studies, etc. we'll discuss. So today what we have discussed, you can see what is the pricing, what do you understand by pricing, what are the different objectives of pricing. We have also discussed what are the different factors affecting during taking pricing decision, like internal factors and external factors. We have discussed different approaches of pricing. We have also discussed different pricing strategy. All this we have discussed. I think almost all the syllabus we have covered in this unit. If anything, still any doubt, anything you wanted to clarify, you are most welcome. And we have also discussed during the product life cycle what type of pricing strategy you need to adopt. Anything, any doubt, anything you want to know regarding the second P, that is pricing? Okay, what are the different pricing objectives we have discussed just now? What are the different objectives of pricing? Any one objective, any one of you? As I said, that different organizations having different kinds of objectives. So, what are the main objectives of pricing?
You make profit?
Yes, profit oriented motive, one of the objective. You want to earn maximum profit. What are the other objectives?
Increase sales volume.
Increase sales volume, very good. Anything else? Now two objectives it came out, increase sales volume to maximize profit. Anything else? What are the other objectives? To survive in the competitive market, isn't it? Right or wrong?
Yes. And sir, return on investment is also one of the objective for
Yes,
pricing.
return of investment is one of the objective. Balance in product line also one of the objective. So it is not necessary that all the organization have to take consider all the objective. It is based on you which objective you want. So based on that, again setting pricing policy. If your objective is clear, then only you have to estimate the demand, then you have to take the pricing approach, then you can estimate the cost, then go for final pricing. So objective must be very clear. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, if there is no doubt, then we'll end the class here today. So tomorrow, once again, we'll be discussing about distribution, unit 4, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, all of you. Tomorrow, I hope all of you will join tomorrow so that we can discuss the 4th unit.
Yes, sir. Surely. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, have a nice day.
So we have to log in at 2 p.m. right now. 1 to 2 is a break.
Yeah, one to
Thank
two
you, sir.
to the break. Then after that, you can 2 o'clock again. There will be a class.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good afternoon to all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon to all. Clear?
Sir.
Okay. Shall we start or wait for some more time? What was the strength in the morning?
Around 60 people were there, sir.
Shall we wait for another 5 minutes then?
Yes.
Because now around only half of the strength is there. So let me wait for another 5 minutes, okay?
Sir. 44, I think so.
Okay. 2-3 minutes. Shall we wait and start? Very good afternoon to all of you. I am Kumar here from Pondicherry. I am going to handle operations management for you. I hope you know very well. As of any other subject, This subject is also containing 5 units. Unit number 1 is related to Introduction to Operation Management. Unit number 2, Operation Research. 3, Transportation Assignment Problem. 4, Network Analysis. And 5, Game Theory and Waiting Line Theory. This is how the syllabus is being structured. Let me now today start with unit number 1. Because what happens in your question paper, both theory and problems will be asked. Around 40% theory questions will be asked. Unit number 1 contains 100% theoretical concepts. Other 4 units, a mixture of both theory and problem. Therefore, let me now concentrate on unit number 1 so that around 20% of your question paper will be covered. Am I audible now? Can
Yes,
you
sir.
hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Let me now move on to unit number 1. Is it clear now? Is the screen clear?
Yes, sir.
What is there in the screen?
Unit 1, Introduction to Operation Management.
Okay. I want to confirm that's all. So the unit number 1 contains, these are the concepts which are to be discussed as far as unit number 1 is concerned. One is Introduction to Operation Management. Now sometimes during our discussions, instead of telling Operations Management, I may note it down as OM. OM means Operation Management, condensed form. Okay. Then Process Planning, second concept. Third concept is Plant Location. Fourth one is Plant Layout. And the fifth one is Production Planning. These are the 5 concepts which we are going to discuss under unit number 1. When we cover up this, nearly 20% of our question paper will be covered. Now let me go back to Introduction to Operations Management. Under Introduction to Operations Management, these are the concepts which we are going to cover. One is meaning of operation management, objectives of operation management, roles and responsibilities of operation manager, problems encountered by operation manager, elements of operation management, and the qualities of good operation manager. These are the points which we are going to cover under unit number 1. Let me move on to the meaning of operation management. I hope you know the meaning of the term management. Can any one of you say from your memory, tell me what are the functions of management? You have studied and passed your examination, management concepts and organizational behavior in semester 1. Can you recall from your memory what are the functions of management? Anybody, please? Okay, leave it. Planning, organizing, coordination, control, direction. These are the various functions of management. Keeping this in mind, now come back to operations management. First, you keep in mind the functions of management in general. What are they? Planning, organizing, coordinating, directing, and controlling. These are the general functions of management. Then management has different divisions. Basically, management is divided into 4 parts. One is production management. Number 2, marketing management. Number 3, financial management. And number 4, personnel management or human relations management. Under production management, again, some branches are there. One of such branches is operations management. So, whatever may be the branch of management or type of management, the basic functions of management are to be performed. That you should always keep in mind. What are the basic functions? Planning, organizing, coordination, direction, and control. These are the 5 basic functions recommended by father of modern management, Henry Fayol. Okay. Now let me go back to the operations management, meaning of operations management. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. Because my voice is not right, that's why. Operations management may be defined as the planning, organizing, and oversight. Oversight means supervision. Oversight of business practices that will maximize efficiency and ensure company processes are being. This operation management also involves preparing and supervising the practices that convert resources, scarce resources of the organization, such as material, men, machines, into products and services. This is how operations management can be defined. So this is the process of really planning and organizing and supervising the practices that you adopt in the conversion process of raw materials into finished products. That is called operation management in itself. And it may also be defined as the area of business, a part of business that implements practices will ensure conversion of inputs. When we say inputs here, men, material, machine, etc. Inputs into goods and services. How? With maximum efficiency. When we say maximum efficiency, that means minimum wastage. The goal is to increase the income of the organization, that is profit maximization, by improving operations and maximizing the use of existing resources. So, 3 important things are involved when you just see into these definitions given in this screen. One is planning, organizing, supervising various practices that will help you to convert the resources into goods and services. Number 2, in the process, you are going to increase your efficiency, maximize your efficiency. And number 3, by maximizing efficiency, you are also aiming at maximizing your profit. This is what we derive from this meaning of operations management. Now let me move on to the next part. Objectives of operation management. There are 3 important objectives. Utilization of resources. Say the resources, when we say men, material, machine, method, money, market, message. Men, material, machines, methods, markets, and message. These are the resources. When you carefully observe, all these resources are scarce resources. They are not available